Well, hello and welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita, Khemka, and my colleague Yatin, Mota. Well, Yatin, whatever feeble attempt at a recovery was made in the morning has completely fizzled out because the Nifty has slipped below that 17,500 mark. A lot of analysts were saying that that is a crucial support that we should be watching out for, and that has been broken, and the Nifty is below that 17,500 mark as well. If you look at the big laggards today, it's the metals basket. Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel losing in excess of 3 to 4% a piece. Look at Asian Paints, but that has made a recovery after being the biggest loser in yesterday's session. ITC on the other hand hit a 52-week high yesterday, but today it's under selling pressure. And other pharma names like Divi's Labs and Bajaj Twins in fact are among the key gainers. Reliance is also it has inked a pact with Reliance on hydrogen buses, and because of that Olectra is rallying over 18% in today's session. But we'll talk about Olectra a bit later. Let's talk about Z, because there's some bit of relief coming just a few minutes ago. The NCLAT has stayed the insolvency proceedings against the company, and the stock was down about 4% in yesterday's session, and today it has after the news it has bounced back a bit.
The entire thing was that IndusInd Bank, one of the creditors to City Cables, they filed an insolvency proceeding against Z because they were one of the guarantors to the loan, and obviously there were arguments in NCLAT, which is the appellate tribunal of the company law tribunal. So the entire NCLT process gets stayed in the process, and obviously NCLAT today gave a temporary relief to Z Entertainment Enterprises, and hopefully they might get some further relief because the process is slightly fast tracked, because the bench of NCLT mentioned that they might look at disposing of the case in March itself. So they have hearings in the month of March, post which there could be some decisions coming in for Z as well as IndusInd Bank, which is the counterparty. Obviously this is quite crucial for Z because they are in a merger process with Sony, and if there is some delay with respect to this insolvency proceedings, this might obviously impact the merger between Z Entertainment as well as Sony. So from that angle, this comes as a temporary relief. Let's see what really happens in NCLAT for the month of March, because there are, as I mentioned earlier, proceedings as well as hearings listed in that particular.
Right. Now, if you look at the mid-cap and small-cap end of the market, even they have slipped into the red. Let's talk about some of the outliers on the Nifty 500. PB Fintech is one stock that's doing well. We have Mahindra CIE. That stock was up 10% because it had reported strong set of fourth quarter numbers. It follows the calendar year, and the management commentary was pretty upbeat last evening. They are confident of clocking in 10% growth for calendar year 2023, right? So that is something that has boosted the stock. Of course, there's Olectra. That is up 18% or so. Reddington also, there was a block deal in the counter. Yatin, you want to take it from here?
I think 24% equity change hands for Reddington. In most probable outcome, this could be some promoter interest rate transfer only. So nothing big in terms of the takeaway as far as this deal is concerned. But yes, value-wise, 3,200 crores worth of shares of Reddington traded on the Bombay Stock Exchange. But Nandita, one stock which comes on the radar is GAIL. Yesterday also we had mentioned this. CLSA had come out with a buy report with a target of 125 rupees per share. And the important part was here that the transmission tariffs are going up. And this transmission revision order will be delivered somewhere in middle of March according to the brokerage. And hence, shares of GAIL are in focus today. Yesterday also the stock was up 1-2%. But today we are looking at that news which is probably being digested by the market. On the flip side, we have Adani Total Gas, Adani Enterprises,
Adani stocks are
all of them
down in everyday session, right?
In fact, yesterday CNBC TV18 did report that LIC, which is a major shareholder in Adani Group stocks, the value of the stocks has fallen below their cost price, essentially turning their investments on the negative side.
Right, another stock I want to mention was doing okayish in today's session was Zomato, because brokerages are positive on this stock, and in fact Morgan Stanley sees a 46% upside on the stock. So that is another stock that I thought deserves mention. But aside of that, if you look at the market, March series has also started on a very weakish note. We'll have to see what is the next level. You know, everybody was talking about the budget day low of 17,393 or thereabouts for the Nifty. We'll have to see if that is also tested now, or you know, we managed to stage a comeback.
But I think the concern in the market right now is El Nino.
Yeah.
Because the climatic conditions will impact monsoons, will impact agricultural output. Yesterday, the finance ministry also gave a statement that inflation is expected to remain elevated. Agriculture output might get impacted, especially crops like wheat are susceptible to, you know, heat waves. So in general, I think you know, the inflation stickiness and outlook because of the El Nino effect could hamper our growth as well as the agri sector.
And of course, next week we have the third quarter GDP figures also coming out, so Street will be watching out for that as well. Well, I think we've covered all the movers and shakers in today's session. So with that, I think it's a wrap on this midday market check. But for more news and all your other financial updates, stay tuned to Money Control.